really very strange. We had been creating comics. There was the Spider-Man, there was the Hulk, a few others, and it's very difficult to figure out how a superhero becomes a superhero. So we thought, let's get a group of super characters who had obtained their powers through mutancy. They were born that way. And it just made life so easy, and we were able to get this big team going. Tell you a funny thing about that, though. When I first suggested it, I wanted to call the group the Mutants. And the consensus was that, no, don't do that because nobody knows what a mutant is. And I said, that's crazy. No, kids won't know. So we finally arrived at the name the X-Men. I thought of that because it's Professor Xavier, and they all had an extra power. And I said, all right, let's call them the X-Men. That name was okayed. And then it occurred to me, if they don't know what a mutant is, how is anybody going to know what an X-Man is? But I didn't say anything about it. I was glad we had a title, and the rest is history.
Stan, do you remember how you came up with... You and Jack came up with some of the original powers?
I remembered we had a character called the Human Torch who was very popular, and so it occurred to me, why not do the opposite? So that was Iceman. Then it occurred to me, everybody has always wanted to fly. Wouldn't it be fun to have a reason for it? So then we did the Angel, who is now the Archangel. I loved the way his wings wrapped around him, and he would then wear a suit over them, and nobody knew that he was the Angel. Then it occurred to me that somebody using the power of his eyes would be fun. And of course, we try to make all of our super characters vulnerable or a little tragic in some way. So he was really cursed with this because he had to wear these dark glasses. So even though it was a blessing, it was a curse. And who were the others? Marvel Girl, that was pretty obvious. She'd use mental powers.
And Beast.
And the Beast I loved very much because I wanted to go against type with him. I tried to make him the most articulate and the most erudite of all of them, you know. I think one thing we've always tried to do at Marvel is go a little bit against type.
Having a woman on the team to begin with
was different.
a radical change.
But now the X-Men can have, you know, entire groups of women, and there's hardly a man to be seen for an issue or two, and people like it because they like the characters.
Like
That's
the diversity of the
right.
characters.
The thing that I found fascinating watching the pilot the very first time at home on a Saturday was there was a scene where they had like 4 of the X-Women and 2 X-Men characters, and I was thinking, I think it's very fascinating that kids all over America are watching a show that comes out so strongly on the strengths of women as superheroes and stuff. You know, people are willing to accept really strong women characters.
Well, the popularity of the female characters. Rogue and Storm and Jean Grey are 3 of the most popular characters on the team.
The X-Men are still one of the only groups that have youngsters, oldsters, girls, boys, men, women, of all colors, all age, sexes, and I think it just works. And I want to take this opportunity publicly to thank you, and I'll never say it again, so keep this forever.
Keep the tape.